everybody. I'm Tracy Badua, author of The Takeout. The Takeout is a middle grade novel about Mila, whose family has a Filipino Indian fusion food truck right here called the Banana Leaf. And one day, two celebrity twin chefs, also here on the cover, show up with suspiciously similar recipes. So I'm going to read from chapter one today. Chapter one. People say home is where the heart is, but that's a lie. Home is where the stomach is. And my home is at the Banana Leaf, the best food truck in all of Coral Beach, California. I switch off the blender. Tuturon lassi is coming right up. I wanted to call my signature drink the Mila Special, but Dad and Mr. Ram, Dad's best friend and business partner, thought turon lassi would remind customers more of the deep-fried Filipino snack and the refreshing yogurt drink from India. Even though my name sounds better, I let this one go. They technically own the food truck after all. I've just lived, worked, and breathed in it since school let out for the summer. I hand one plastic cup to Elle, a girl from my new school who's been coming by twice a week for our lessons. I'd sat next to her when I first shuffled into the classroom in February, and even though she's friendly, I'm not sure she considers me a real friend yet. Oh, the joys of transferring mid-school year. Elle's part of the Seashell Squad, a tight-knit group of four girls who have been friends almost since birth. Last year, other kids started referring to them as the Seashells because of their matching friendship bracelets, complete with shells dangling from them. They thought it was funny and embraced the name. Next to Elle, another seashell, Karina, balances on her retro blue bike and squints out at the ocean. She didn't order anything. Thanks, Mila, Elle says as she pulls out her phone. She snaps a picture of her drink against the background of our truck. It's hard not to swell with pride. I helped come up with a truck design. The Banana Leaf is a glossy red with yellow trim around the windows. I painted the lush green banana trees all over the back, totally photo worthy. I got so many likes and texts from my friends back in Los Angeles when we unveiled the truck on social media. I almost hand the second Turon Lassie to another customer when I notice something off about her. She's an older teen with brown hair that looks like it hasn't been brushed and red all around her puffy eyes. She sniffles on the phone. We were supposed to spend the summer together and he breaks up with me? A broken heart. I remember my sister's last breakup. I don't wish that kind of misery on anyone. Luckily, I may have a fix for this, at least a temporary one, if I can get it to work. When the girl reaches for the drink, I hold it back slightly. I wave her closer so I can speak without the adults hearing, then regret it when she sniffles right in my ear. I might have an all-natural potion that can help ease the heartache, I whisper, but you have to keep it a secret. I tilt my head toward Dad and Mr. Rom, the universal sign for from these guys. She lowers her phone. All natural, so it's not a drug or anything? I shake my head. It's more like a tea. A bunch of herbs and roots steeped so they're super concentrated. It's prepared by Filipino folk healers. Non-Western medicine? Cool. I saw an infographic about that. Sure, I'll try anything to get that jerk out of my mind. I reach inside my enamel pen-covered blue messenger bag and feel around for a small glass bottle, keeping an eye out to make sure Dad and Mr. Rom don't see. They wouldn't love the idea of magicking customers' food. Dad didn't even approve of me adding double-washed as opposed to triple-washed cilantro to a customer's dish, for fear that someone might get a stomach bug and blame the truck. But there's nothing to worry about with these blends. My sister, Catalina, has been studying Filipino folk healing for years, and she's recreated a few potions to help improve health and mood. They don't conjure up conditions and emotions that don't exist. They amplify what might already be there. So her immunity tincture might not cure me if I've already caught a cold, but if I need an extra boost of confidence for a school presentation I've prepared for, the right potion could give me the perfect leg up. My few attempts at learning these potions have failed and led to a couple of stomach bugs. But the ones I'm using now are my sister's. She made me practice the incantation out loud 100 times, so I hope they'll work as well on the customer as they do on me. I tug out the potion Catalina made for easing sadness. I thought she was coming with us when we moved to Coral Beach a couple of months ago, but she stayed in Los Angeles to take summer classes at the university. She made me what she calls brightening brew. She handwrites her own fun names on all the bottles because I can't pronounce the Filipino ones right, to lighten my mood when I miss her too much. I glance up. Dad is busy manning the deep fryer while Mr. Rom pokes at the register. Outside, Karina and Elle watch a dance video on Elle's phone, and the customer is still half sobbing through her phone conversation. Carefully, with my back to everyone, I pour 2 drops into the customer's lassi and recall Catalina's written instructions for this Latin-ish incantation. I say Latin-ish because there's often a mix of Latin, Tagalog, Ilocano, and other Filipino languages in the incantations we must recite when using these potions. Folk healing in the Philippines took a lot of twists and turns throughout history thanks to influences from different faiths and parts of the world. Claritas, I whisper as I swirl the lassi around in its cup. I reapply the lid, pocket the potion, and hand the cup to her. Here you go. You might catch an extra hint of cardamom in there, I say with a wink. Sometimes the taste of the more pungent potions can't be masked. I still can't drink Catalina's vinegary immunity potion without making a face. What do I owe you? The girl asks. I wave a dismissive hand. No charge, but a good review of our truck without mentioning the potion part wouldn't hurt. The girl nods and back on the phone takes a sip. He said he needs space. What does that even mean? Another sip. Then her eyes flare with a flash of gold that tells me Catalina's potion is working. The wrinkle in her forehead relaxes. You know what? He can have all the space he needs. She burps, sometimes a side effect of a potent potion. Happy all by myself. At least now I don't have to worry about someone eating my fries when he didn't order any. The girl mouths a thank you at me and walks off, her back a little straighter. Thanks for reading along with me. That was part of the first chapter to The Takeout.